In today's news, a man discovered dead floating in the Seacoast Bay area with his hands and feet bound, and the Turnbull Pier Park Vendors to pay full rent from March 1st. We also see Honorable Mitch Turnbull taking a stand against crime, a very public stand that is, and law enforcement as well as customs taking their first jabs of the COVID-19 vaccines right here in the BVI. All that and so much more on today's edition of 284 News. Welcome, viewers. It is Friday, February 19th, 2021, and we are so happy that you could be joining us for today's edition of 284 News. My name is Javon Wilson. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, topping our headlines today, a man was today discovered floating in the Seacoast Bay area just behind the community center this morning. Now, according to reports reaching our newsroom, both his hands and feet were bound at the time that he was discovered. And according to reports, he was also identified initially by a construction worker in the area. Now, viewers, a lot to be discovered still as it relates to this situation. The police are continuing their investigations. And of course, as those details become available, we will be bringing them to you. Now, as we head into today's newscast, viewers, the vendors of the Turnbull Pier Park, which is, of course, the Cyril B. Romney Turnbull Pier Park, they were formally notified that they will be required to resume full rent payments effective March 1st. Now, speaking on the decision was the CEO of the Turnbull Pier Park, Mr. Vance Lewis, who said, and I quote, "We have notified tenants that from the 1st of March 2021, full rent will be charged to all of the Turnbull Pier Park tenants," end of quote. Now, viewers, he also added that concessions courtesies were extended over the last year that totaled $1.6 million to date. He said in May of 2020, in April of 2020, there was a 100% rent discount. And that was in April. In May to October of 2020, there was a 75% rent discount. And from November 2020 to February 2021, tenants received a 50% discount, again, totaling $1.6 million. Now, the notification letter received by the tenants was sent out on Wednesday evening. However, the Turnbull Pier Park has said, and I quote, "The understanding was that the full rent is due until otherwise advised," end of quote. Now, here's the vendors of the Turnbull Pier Park depend highly on the influx and flow of incoming tourists to support their respective businesses, and they are now outraged at the park's decisions to mandate full payment even as the seaports remain closed. Now, the reopening of seaports has been postponed several times since its initial closure in March of 2020 when COVID-19 was declared a pandemic by the World Health Organization. Our newsroom was yesterday able to reach out to the Premier of the Virgin Islands, Honorable Andrew A. Foy, on whether the government is still moving forward and, of course, honoring their commitment to reopen the ports on March 1st. Honorable Foy said, and I quote, "The BVI Port Authority is working feverishly with the health officials to meet the targeted date that was conveyed to the public. An update will be given before the end of this week. However, all efforts to meet the deadlines of the March 1st is being exhausted at this time. End of quote. Now, tenants of the Cyril B. Romney Turnbull Pier Park continues to experience severe financial difficulties in light of the cruise ship closure and is now asking for further leniency. The Turnbull Pier Park, for whom may not know, is a major development in the British Virgin Islands, which consists of an enhanced cruise pier and a 5-acre landside shopping facility. The newly enhanced cruise facility includes a 60 feet wide, 1,312 feet long pier that can berth ships up to a maximum tonnage of 180,000 GRT. The landside shopping center consists of over 60 stores, including retail, service providers, commercial spaces, and office spaces as well. Now, viewers, as we move on, Representative for the 2nd District, Honorable Melvin Mitch Turnbull, is now calling on the BVI to take a stance against crime in the territory. So listen in.
To the top, 'cause we know what it takes. Through it all, we survive, yet still hold the faith. Unchangeable, Lord, unchangeable.
Greetings, Virgin Islands. This is your 2nd District Representative, Melvin Mitch Turnbull. In response to the recent acts of violence, murder, hurt, and abuse in our territory, I want to let you know that I stand firmly to oppose every aspect of it. I want to begin by expressing my sincere condolences for the families of Earl Bob Hodge, Rodney Mileage Simmons, Andrew Skerritt, Everton E.T. McMaster, Matthew Shorty Daly, George Shawala Burrows, and any other person who has lost their lives recently. These deaths have shaken the Virgin Islands to its core and is affecting us adversely, causing many of us to reconsider the way we live in these islands. We should all be troubled by what has been occurring, and we should be able to pause, reflect, and ask ourselves, what can we do to curtail this rise in violence and demand that it ceases? Seeing and hearing about these tragedies as often as they've been occurring is not normal and will not be accepted as a norm in our territory. I know the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force has their role to play, and there are several investigations that have been launched and will be launched. But we as a people must let our voices be heard and stand with the bereaved, with our fellow Virgin Islanders, to say that we are our brother's keepers and we do not wish to see the continued bloodshed of persons in our territory. We have also seen the increase of other major crimes with unprecedented drug busts and seizures of large amounts of money that continues to unearth and cause a ripple effect of arrests and other related crimes in our territory, which in the eyes of many casts aspersion that the entire populace is seemingly corrupt from the actions of a few who choose to go contrary to the fabric and essence of what it means to be a Virgin Islander. Hardworking, dedicated, family-oriented, and most importantly, a God-fearing people. As representative for the 2nd District and a member of the House of Assembly of these Virgin Islands, I lend my voice and commitment to stand with you, the people of these islands, for peace and order within our communities. We must continue as a people to be vigilant and focused, ensuring that our shores, businesses, and homes are safe for our families, children, and guests. I implore each of us to do our part, to be watchful, to be your brothers and sisters' keeper, and continue to be a BVI that we can all be proud of, and our children and generations yet unborn will be safe and prospering. I am making this commitment to help lead the fight for us to live in peace, unity, and tranquility in these Virgin Islands. God bless.
The proceeding was a paid message by the Honorable Mitch Turnbull.
Now, the Honorable Melvin Mitch Turnbull, of course, has joined a line of public officials who have really taken a public stance on speaking out against the recent rise in crimes that we have seen in the territory. Top Cop, of course, our police commissioner, Mr. Michael Matthews, has acknowledged that indeed, for this period compared to last year, there has been a strong increase in crime. For the last quarter of last year, we had 3 murders, and those were the only 3 murders recorded for 2020. However, just a few weeks into 2021, another 3 lives lost. Now, viewers, still ahead of the break, we have both the top cop police commissioner, Michael Matthews, as well as the commissioner of customs, both receiving their first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. And our immigration department now has a spanking new uniform. All that and so much more when 284 News returns.
What's up? Well, you look like you're about to pass out.
I think I am. But anyhow.
Cho, what are you doing?
Remember last year when I spoke to you over the phone? When I said, well. Anyhow, ever since that moment, I was wanting to take this step further with you.
OMG, Johnson!
I want to know if you, Via, would officially have me as your sales rep with a friend.
What?
To get live with our February promotions.
Huh?
Get live, get love, and get gifted. Bring a friend to CCT to sign up for a freedom plan. Take a picture with them in the store and post to social media with the hashtag GetLiveCCT. Then put your receipt with your number in the golden basket and wait on a call from Jante. First place gets $500 each. Second place matching Samsung Galaxy A30s. And third place $150 shopping vouchers each to one mark.
So are you really saying?
Really? And I could bring a friend too?
More the merrier.
Viewers, welcome back to 284 News. Now, as we continue in the phase 1 of the vaccination rollout here in the Virgin Islands, we see many public officials, especially our frontliners, coming forward and voluntarily taking the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine. Of course, two such persons is the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Michael Matthews, as well as the Commissioner of Customs, that is Mr. Wade Smith. But Mr. Michael Matthews said that the vaccine jab was quick, virtually painless, and has provided him with a sense of protection and confidence in moving forward through this pandemic. The commissioner sat just yesterday morning next to the head of Customs, Mr. Wade Smith, downstairs of the police headquarters as they both received the first 2 shots of the COVID-19 vaccine. I'm sorry, the first of 2 shots as it relates to the COVID-19 vaccine. Now, outside headquarters, there was a long line of other officers from the law enforcement sector waiting as well to receive their vaccines. Now, Mr. Michael Matthews said, and I quote, "I happily took the vaccine this morning. We are on the front line. And just as we put on our protective vests and gears before dealing with potentially dead situations, we must also readily put on our immunization arsenal. Sorry. It is that simple. The COVID outbreaks in the force placed several shifts out of commission. We were scrambling to maintain sufficient coverage during those days. While it is absolutely optional, I am happy there is an option for keeping the continuity of service. For the wider community, there is reluctance by many to take the vaccine. Truth is, if the COVID were higher here, we would have had a lot more people coming forward for the vaccinations. Government worked tremendously to keep the community safe, but the price is we essentially are isolated from the experiences of the world. Those I found in the line this morning were family members of individuals overseas who either died or almost died from the virus. The police commissioner also said, make no mistake, this virus is not selective. In the absence of any alternatives for keeping us safe and restoring our economies, I am happy there is an option. And that was the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Michael Matthews. Now, viewers, vaccinations are now being delivered, and that will, of course, continue today and tomorrow at the police headquarters strictly for law enforcement officers. Now, as we move on Monday, February 15th, the customers who conducted business within the Department of Immigration had their first look at the officers wearing the newly designed uniform. Now, Chief Immigration Officer Mr. Ian Penn expressed his approval of the uniform and believes that his officers share the same sentiment. Mr. Penn said that the immigration officers demonstrate a level of authority and respect in their daily duties as law enforcement officers. He further stated, and I quote, "The change of uniform is just one part of the department's ongoing initiatives, and I am very happy and proud to see the new image being portrayed at our ports of entry. It is also important to note that senior officials will continue to wear a white shirt, which serves to distinguish seniority from other officers at the port," end of quote. Now, viewers, our Minister for Natural Resources, Labor and Immigration, Honorable Vincent Whitley, stated, and I quote, "I am quite pleased to see another positive change within the Immigration Department as it continues to build upon its service to the public. The new uniform is one of many changes being made in the department, of course, with many, many more to come," end of quote. Now, viewers, the Department of Immigration continues to play a vital role in maintaining security and prosperity, in building a stronger and better BVI. The department utilizes fair but firm immigration control measures, which serves to regulate and facilitate the movement of people throughout the territory's borders, while exercising sound judgment in a courteous manner in accordance with the BVI immigration laws. And I know ever since the pictures of the new uniforms hit social media, persons have been really complimenting the immigration department. Reform is always good, and we're so happy to see our immigration officers now all uniformed and looking the part. Now, viewers, still ahead, the BVI Tourist Board is looking into a lot of great things, but we also see the BVI IAC expanding really their global representation with the addition of 10 new arbitrators, and we also see a dog in America inheriting $5 million. That is such an interesting story. So stick with us. There's more after this commercial break.
The win! Oh!
What the hell?
I'm freaking out!
Is time.
284 News.
Coming to you live and direct from the beautiful British Virgin Islands.
What's poppin', what's really good, what's happening, what's up?
Davis has won it for the
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
Viewers, welcome back to 284 News. Now, the British Virgin Islands International Arbitration Centre, of course known as BVI IAC, an independent, not-for-profit institution serving the demands for dispute resolution in the international business community, yesterday announced the addition of 10 members to its arbitration panel. Now, the 10 new arbitrators represent 9 countries, further expanding the skill set and diversity of the BVI International Arbitration Center panel. Now composed of more than 200 international arbitrators, the panel represents common law and civil law jurisdictions, and the arbitrators speak a broad range of languages, including Cantonese, English, French, German, Greek, Italian, Mandarin, Portuguese, Russian, and Spanish. Now, here is the center's chief executive officer, Mr. Francois LaSalle, said, and I quote, "The British Virgin Islands International Arbitration Center is pleased to welcome these 4 outstanding women and 6 distinguished men to our panel of arbitrators." End of quote. Their backgrounds span across the practice of law from art law to sports law, and he also said, and blockchain as well, to energy resources, and include an arbitrator from Norway for the very first time. Mr. LaSalle's continued, "Together, they can confirm the International Arbitration Center's focus on providing professionals whose legal, business, and industry experiences meet the needs of diversity in both the cultural and linguistic areas of the global community." Now, viewers, the 10 newest members of the BVI International Arbitration Center panel and their principal locations are, we have Maria coming out of Switzerland, we have Christina Bihari out of the United States, Gildo Carducci out of France, Italy, and of course representing the United Kingdom, Andrew China from Hong Kong and the mainland China, of course. We have Erland from Norway, Jennifer Haywood out of the United Kingdom, Tim Yin Lu out of the mainland China, and we also have John representing the United States and the United Arab Emirates. Then there's Carol Roberts from Canada, and finally, John Rooney Jr. out of the United States of America. Now, the BVI IAC is renowned for offering a quality legal framework and a stable political environment as a British overseas territory. Many business executives and emerging industries continue to benefit from resolving disputes in the BVI because of the flexible rules that govern the region and its openness to trying new ideas and procedures. That is great news coming out of the BVI IAC, of course, a non-profit organization, not-for-profit organization that continues to really serve as a guard for the BVI financial services industry. Now, viewers, as we move on, a very interesting story coming out of the United States of America. Some might find it funny, but definitely strange news. It won't be a dog's life for Tennessee Canine, whose owner recently died. Now, Lulu, an 8-year-old border collie, will be living the good life in Nashville after inheriting $5 million in her owner's will, according to reports coming out of America. Now, Martha Burton, Lulu's caretaker, told the stations Lulu's owner, Bill Doris, was a successful businessman who wasn't married and died late last year. His will states that the money should be put into a trust for Lulu's care. It allows for Burton to be reimbursed for reasonably monthly expenses in the care of Lulu. Now, Miss Burton said he just really loved the dog. And she was, of course, friends with Mr. Doris and would generally take care of the dog when he traveled. She says she doesn't necessarily know how she could ever spend $5 million on Lulu, but she said, and I quote, "Well, I'd like to try," she said with a smile. Now, Doris owned land along Interstate 65, where a controversial statue of Confederate Gen. Nathan Bedford Forrest is located. The fate of the statue and the rest of the estate may be determined in probate court. the news outlet reported. Viewers, we're going to go to a very quick commercial break, but when we come back, we'll be wrapping up today's edition of 284 News, so stick with us.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There's the answer code.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Father Jesus, that line you long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of it then. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes,
Good
Sonny.
morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut front of people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Viewers, welcome back to 284 News. Now, before we go, we just wanted to remind you, for persons who may not have had the opportunity to view some of the exclusive interviews we were able to conduct this week, definitely go back and check out the one done on the H.L. Stout celebration that is coming up on March 1st. Of course, H.L. Stout, his legacy really continues to live on. And annually, we celebrate his life and all the contributions he made to this territory. Many of the benefits we're able to reap today here in the Virgin Islands. So check that out. We sat down with Bria Smith as well as Najan Christopher, not only to discuss his legacy, but also what we can look forward to come March 1st. If you're looking for something to do this weekend, you can also check out our very own Deputy Governor, Mr. David Archer. He is hosting his 1-year anniversary of his book, Pioneering Greatness. Of course, this is beyond the book. Quite an experience to look forward to. He will be performing alongside Brent and the team. And of course, DJ Push Pop is going to be there. So quite a celebration as he reflects not only on the book, but also the indelible mark it has left on readers across the territory. Also, a tourism competition coming out of the BVI Tourist Board. Very interesting. And this, of course, is to entice our tourists, whether they're already in the BVI or looking to visit us soon. All that information is available via the tourism website. So be sure to check out the British Virgin Islands tourism page for more information. But I believe that is all the time we have for today. I want to remind you to check us out via our website. Now, there is only so much that we can cover on a daily basis here via our live newscast. However, there's a plethora of information available via our website that is local, regional, and international content. And we also feature many opinion editorial pieces as well. And if you like to binge watch many of our shows, including The Couch, The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, and so much more is available via our website. We're also on Facebook. That is at 284 Media. But if you are an Instagram junkie, probably like me, you can check us out there. That is 284 BVI for Instagram as well as Twitter. So viewers, I just want to thank you once again for joining us. And you can, of course, check in again with us on Monday at 6 p.m., same time as we deliver your daily dose of regional, local, and international content right here on 284 News, which is, of course, your source for honest and impartial news right here on 284 Media. Have a great weekend, everyone. Goodbye.